Welcome back, Montreal. Beryl Wiseman, editor of the Suburban, with the Suburban Radio Hour. And now to my good friend, features editor Anthony Bonaparte. Anthony, what do we got today?
Comment ça va, Beryl?
La lutte continue, mon ami.
I'm still étonné.
You're still étonné?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're
Chelsea story.
You know we're going to get calls about that.
What?
Well, we're going to get some texts or something saying, why are you using a French word that we don't understand? Yeah, careful.
On est au Québec.
Oui.
Okay.
Absolument.
Get used to it. We have on the line now Jennifer Cox. Yeah. Jennifer. Hey, Jen. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good.
You did a piece this week on the Rotary Club of Lakeshore. What's it called again?
Rotary Club of Montreal Lakeshore. Yeah.
Montreal Lakeshore, exactly.
That's right.
And we did it because there's a lot of clubs out there, service clubs like the Kiwanis and the Lions and the Optimists, who do a lot of great work. What did the Rotary Club of Montreal Lakeshore do that caught our attention this past week?
Yeah, so basically they're made up of 26 members, and they don't just help local charities with fundraisers and their time by volunteering, but they also do really big global projects. So they had actually just helped with a potable water project where they were repairing 5 wells in Madagascar. And that's what we wrote about. They had help with other different Rotary clubs. They all got together to take on this project, and it ended up being this huge thing that brought clean water to many, many people. So these Rotary clubs are doing a lot of good out there, locally and abroad.
Are there like lodges, like the Loyal Order of Water Buffaloes?
They don't have those kind of fancy names, but no. I was asked to speak at one, and they just have, they're identified geographically, but they told me you can't speak of anything political. So naturally, what did I do?
Got political.
Yeah. Got reported.
Can't help yourself, can you?
Can't help myself. Okay. So no, I know they're by like Lakeshore, Westmount, whatever. Okay.
My father was part of a lodge also when I was a kid. I forget what it was called, but
the Masons have great names for their lodges.
When I was a kid, also, I played hockey in the 70s in the House League, and all the teams in our league were sponsored by one of these service clubs. Is that still the case today, Mark?
I would say in smaller communities, rural communities, maybe where they have a larger showing of, say, the Knights of Columbus or the Knights of Pythias, things like that. Metropolitan areas, not so much. Their money's going different areas.
Okay. You mentioned Knights. There's an interesting little thing in this movie, The English Game, the invention of soccer, the English version in the 19th century, and how those emblems in the top left-hand corner of a soccer jersey got started. And among the sponsoring organizations were the Knights of Malta, who were sponsoring a team in England.
Interesting. Okay. You also have some plans for the summer for the family, Jen?
Yeah, so we start pretty early. Our summer fills up quite fast. We always take a vacation, so we're actually going this year out to Cape Cod and Boston, which is going to be a first for the 3 of us. We have an 11-year-old son, so that'll be really fun. But yeah, we start kind of making our wish list. We all have our different things that we want to do around the city, and we make our list early so that we can plan accordingly. So there's always great things happening at the Science Center and the Montreal Museum of Fine Arts. They always switch up their exhibits, and they have fun stuff in the summertime. We're big fans of those outdoor markets. I don't know if you guys peruse the outdoor markets here in Montreal in the summer, but we love Jean Talon Market, and we go there a few times every summer for sure.
Hey, Jen, La Ronde is adding a dinosaur park exhibit. So with an 11-year-old boy, that might be interesting for him.
Absolutely, as long as he doesn't ask me to go on any of the rides, because we all remember my Eclipse roof incident, and Mommy doesn't do that anymore. So,
did you get the shingles from the going on the roof?
Oh God, Mark!
Oh geez, Mark's is better. You and those puns.
You going to Osheaga?
Yeah, we're going to Osheaga, so I'm actually taking my son Cameron to Osheaga. This will be his first concert, because Green Day and the Smashing Pumpkins are headlining on Saturday night, and my son has such great musical taste that's why he wants to go. Right. He loves himself some Green Day.
The son wants to go see Green Day and the Smashing Pumpkins, right? Not the parents.
Yeah, well, you know what? The parents standing around at the outdoor venue, that'll be interesting for me as well. But you know what? He's so excited for it. Cool. And it's been a while since I've done Osheaga, actually. So I'm kind of looking forward to it. Hopefully you have good weather for that. So, yeah, lots of fun stuff to look forward to this summer. And so, and I've been busy working on the Suburban.com as usual. We have lots of blogs coming in on the regular, different recipes. We have some really good spring content right now, different beauty products that people might want to check out for spring. And I also did a parenting blog on fever dreams. So my son had pneumonia a couple of weeks ago. And I remember he started to run a fever, and he had mentioned to my husband and I that he was worried about having bad dreams because he said he always has nightmares when he had fevers. And I thought my son was being maybe just a tad dramatic and making up some sort of symptoms, but I Googled it, and this is a very real thing. It's not just in kids, it's in adults as well. People who have fevers can have really frightening, very scary dreams, and there's a lot of ways that you can actually prevent that if you do have fever and illness or any kind of cold.
Stay awake.
You can prevent those fever dreams. So I wrote about that this week at thesuburban.com.
Okay. All right, Jen. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys.
Talk to you next week.
She's of course going to go to the casino in Boston. The Wynn and.
No, they're going to.
I know they're not
upstanding places with a child in tow. Museums and stuff.
I love Boston. It's one of my favorite cities. Perfect city.
Fever dreams. Do you ever have them?
Fever dreams?
Yeah.
No, my dreams are always very relaxing
I thought.
and pleasurable. I, honest to God, really, when I have a fever, I just sleep with no dreams.
In the most recent feature section, we had Dr. Mitch on the pros and cons of sugar-free gum. I didn't know that there were pros to chewing sugar-free gum. I was always told don't chew gum, but apparently it helps some people increase their focus and concentration.
Is that what this pure... Did you see this gum popping up everywhere? P-U-R.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
It's like you go to a meeting, they're popping this pure gum. P-U-R.
I don't go to meetings. It suppresses appetite and the desire for sweet snacks, apparently. Apparently, according to Dr. Mitch, it reduces the number of calories eaten at a meal. Apparently.
Okay.
It protects teeth.
Because you're already tired of chewing.
It protects teeth by increasing the flow. Okay. And it also helps with erectile dysfunction in men, apparently.
With what?
I'm just joking.
What was that? Which dysfunction?
In fact, 4 out of 5 doctors recommend chewing. Never mind.
Okay, well, we should look into this.
He also wrote about hunger pangs, something about...
He just finished saying he wrote about something that kills hunger, that you don't want to eat. Now
and then talk about hunger pangs.
So
what are hunger? Well, he's on a
holistic. It's a holistic approach.
He's linking two things together.
I understand.
Okay?
Holistically.
There you go.
Got it.
Hunger doesn't originate in the stomach. Apparently, it's a sensation that you feel
in the mind.
Feel there, but it's in the brain. And you know what? I think he's a quack. I don't believe that for a second.
You think?
He's wrong. He's obviously wrong. when I'm hungry, I'm not.
It's your stomach that's talking to you.
Course.
You're hearing it. That's it. We all know that. I agree.
It's quack, doctor.
I don't understand. Maybe we came from another gene.
Judy Amiot wrote a personal piece about how the eclipse affected her. Remember the eclipse 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
We're still talking about it. Well,
I
am anyways.
Okay.
Yeah. It made her realize how small we are in the grand scheme of things. When I read her piece, it reminded me of that Carl Sagan bit, the pale blue dot.
From this distant vantage point, the Earth might not seem of any particular interest. But for us, it's different. Consider again that dot. That's here. That's home. That's us. On it, everyone you love, everyone you know, everyone you ever heard of, every human being who ever was, lived out their lives. The aggregate of our joy and suffering.
I know, I choked up whenever I hear this.
Well, it's beautiful. Sagan had a way of saying things, of expressing himself. It's wonderful.
Dr. Mitch also, for next week's coming issues, he's talking about how to train your brain to eat healthy, maybe lose weight too. So he's following up on that
since
weight
we are
theme.
svelte, we don't need to worry about losing weight.
There you go. You are svelte.
You are svelte too.
I'm trying to stay svelte, but losing that battle.
You're not losing that battle.
And like I said last week, my interview with Terry Mosher about his new book on the long departed Montreal Expos.
Yeah.
You a baseball fan?
I'm a baseball fan within reason.
I kind of picked you into lawn bowling and polo.
No. First of all, NFL football for me is a religion, so that's number one. But yeah, some of the I can get into baseball depending on the season, depending on the teams, and I got to say I miss the Expos. I don't know why, but before we got a team, my team was the St. Louis Cardinals. Don't ask me why.
And Mark, I won't even bother asking. Every sport
you can name. At every level.
He's either played, coached, or ref.
At every level from age 6 to
But
46.
baseball was my sport. That was my game.
What'd
that
you
was
play?
my
What
love.
position?
Catcher. That's why I got the artificial right
God.
hip now.
Great.
Thank you, Beryl.
Thank you, Anthony. We'll be right back with the Suburban Radio Hour with Mike Cohen and entertainment and society news. But first, let's check into CJD traffic.